Hi, this is Paul from Paul's Custom Coin Rings, and today we're going to make a 2 shillings, a 1965 2 shillings for a customer that requested this one this week. We're going to go through the process of preparing it to get started, this coin ring, and we'll go from there. Okay, first of all, what I want to do is the inside of the ring is always the hardest to clean, because sometimes it finishes off with a little bit of a curved inside. So what we want to do is we want to do a little bit of cleaning to the inside of the coin, because the thistles and everything will be the outside and heads will be on the inside. So we'll clean it a little, try to get the worst off with a little bit of quadruple steel wool. That will make the job easier at the end whenever we're ready to polish her up. They're all cleaned up and ready to roll. Now what we want to do is to use a caliper and measure the coin and measure the punch in order to get our center. So I'll find out exactly. So we have 28.40. So 28.40. The punch that I'll be using is 10.96. 10.96. So what you want to do is you take the 28.40 of the coin, the 10.96 of the punch. You want to subtract that. So 2840 by minus 1096 is 17.44, and you divide that by 2, which will give you 8.72 millimeters to make up your center of your coin. So here we go. We have our caliper set up at 8.72, and that'll determine the center of the coin. So using the caliper and the coin, I'll make some lines all around the coin, and by going around the coin with like so, it is going to give me the true center. Okay, and the result of going around the coin with the caliper and the pen actually gives me my true center. So now, procedure that I'll take is I'll set my coin inside my punch block with a cardboard. And the cardboard is only to stabilize the coin in there, so it does not move when I go to the press. And see, it was a little bit too easy to slip in there, so I am going to get another piece of cardboard, because I do not want it to slide right in. I want it to be in there and be solid. So another little piece of cardboard in there, and okay, so my next move is to transfer it over to the 12-ton press that I have here, and I'll be punching a hole in there. And we'll remove the pin out. For this I use the arbor press. Just have to set it in there and push it through. Oh, and here comes the center of the coin. Then I'll use a smaller rod to push it all the way through. There we go. Everything is out. Let's get our coin out of the... And there we go. So the next step is going to be to file down the sharp edge to make sure that there is no cracks or anything to make this coin split. And what I use here, I use the half round file, and I go around the whole coin in order to clean that all up. Okay, I've just finished going around the whole inside of the coin on the edges on the inside, and I don't know if you can see a difference of from being sharp to being filed down, but that's going to help a lot when it's time to fold the coin. Okay, we'll go to the next. Okay, so now the next step we're going to anneal and quench the coin, which will make it more pliable and easier to work with. Especially the 2 shillings are a very hard coin to work with. Very hard. It's a thick coin, it's a heavy coin. Okay, the next step is going to be the folding process. What I'll be using is the Jason Works reducing dies that I got a few weeks ago. They're awesome. So I'll be putting the coin inside the reducing die, and you always got to make sure that they're nice and straight and level. And I'll be using the arbor press to start the folding process here. And straight, looks pretty good. There. Yes. You got to make sure it all goes down straight, or else as soon as you lopside your coin, you got a hard time to get it back in place. Once I got started with the folding on the arbor press, I changed over here because I got better even strength on this piece of equipment. And as you see, it's doing very well. I don't know if I can change it over to smaller die. It would be too small for that, too large for that one. And I do suppose I could use this one. And there we go. And now we're going to anneal and quench again, so we can get to the stretch. Before annealing, I like to pass it over the sanding block just to make sure that there's no little fissures or anything to create a split in the coin when I do stretch it. It does help flux. I do think so. Okay, just done with the sanding block. It cleans it up a lot. It takes any burrs away. And I'm not sure if I mentioned before I started, but we're looking at a size 11 1/4 for this ring. So now we're going to anneal it. Okay, I just completed the annealing and quenching process again. What I'm doing now, I'm going to be putting it on the stretcher, cut side down. So, and as we stretch, turn the coin around, try to keep the coin as round as possible. Because you don't want to wobble in your coin as you're going down. And since I'm looking at 11 1/4, we'll probably try to bring it to a 13 1/4 in order to reduce it back to where we need it. And I'm already starting to feel it getting harder again, so I will have to reduce it. Anneal it. As I'm done quenching and annealing, I put some paper towel in there. It helps protect the inside of the ring. So let's see where we're at with this. Right now we're at a 12, so I got another full ring size to go. So let's go back with that. Bring her down there. Must be getting close. I've got 12 1/2. And now I'm down to a 1/4 size more, and we're at the 13. Okay. And I've got 13. So there we go. So now we are looking at reducing it to an 11 1/4. So I may just be using this tool here, I guess, so I can reduce it. It's a perfect size for this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to anneal it and quench it again so we can reduce it. And we'll see in a minute. Let's reduce it for a little 1/4 size. And basically, just a little pressure on here. And just a little bit too much, brought me back to 11. Very little stretching required after that. I'm at 11 1/4. Right on. So we have 11 1/4 right on. So let's see what the other side looks like. As you know, the cut side of the coin is always larger, and there's no way around that because of the thickness of the band on the inside and out, and the middle is always a thinner part, so it'll never be the same size. But there is some of the lip that I can take out on the inside here. What I want to do here, I'll be using a little bit of sandpaper, and I'll be taking off a little bit of that lip. without touching any of the inside detail, just a little bit of that lip, and then we can polish it down. After doing so, I just want to pass a little sandpaper just to clean off that sanding that I just did there, and then we can measure it to make sure the exact size that's left. It probably didn't budge much, but it just takes the edge off of that inside ring. As you can see, very little. And it didn't budge much, so we're good at that size. Okay, so the next step is I've got another little tool here that I've got from Coin Ring USA, this rubber mandrel. What I do is I fit the coin or the ring on the mandrel. What the whole idea of this tool is to clean off and finish off, take the sharp edge off the cut part, the center of the coin, and finish it off in a glossy shine, nice rounded instead of being cut straight. So this works excellent. It's an awesome little tool, and we'll go from there. We'll tighten it up. And procedure for that is to use a sandpaper. So what do we start off with? We start off with the 220. I use the 220 sandpaper to start. I then go to the 800, and then I do the 1000 grit. And doing this process here, all you're using is the tip of the sandpaper. And away we go. Then I'm moving to the 800. You can already see the difference. Last but not least, the 1000 grit. The quadruple steel wool. And now, let's see what it looks like. Flawless finish. Excellent. So now we'll proceed with the little bit of sanding, a little bit of shining to finish it all up. Okay, I'll use a little bit of the 1000 grit just to do a light sanding on the inside. Just taking out the high points basically, because once we shine it up, you'll see the gloss on both sides of the coin. A bit of sandpaper, steel wool on the inside. Okay. We'll do a little on top on the reed side. And let's see what we got. Isn't that a nice shine? 1965, 2 shillings. The inside, perfect condition. Everything is still on the insides. Very nice. Love it. Nice and shiny. Okay, well, I guess that's the 2 shillings ring in a nutshell. So thanks for watching.